I was wondering, well, I've wondered a lot the last, sitting here waiting to get loaded, that, is it, is there something that says when you go in, I know they're doing something about trying to cut back on load times or something like that. Some DOT stuff is going on, or I don't know what it is. But they're trying. I've seen something about them trying to pass some law where shipper and receiver can't detain you for any amount of time, and you have to. They have to, instead of making your load when you get there, like oh yeah, your load will be ready when you get there, and then you get there and they have to make it, so you sit around for whatever. I've been to those places, but I don't go to those places. I don't go back to those places. And this is I'm a company driver. It's local, and I get consistent, overly long wait times where sometimes I'll have an appointment. They won't give me a dock door. I don't know. I've sat 2-3 hours in a holding area to get a dock door. I might have sat longer than that too. And then they'll sit me in a dock door for 3, 4, 5 hours. And what they're doing is, this is consistent. This is daily. This is the same place every day. And this isn't like, oh, I had this place once, I was there once. No, I'm talking about consistently every day. And now I've been loaded in approximately 20 to 30 minutes. That's about the quickest time I've been loaded here. But that happens maybe, and in fact it hasn't happened for a long time. Maybe a couple months ago. And it's just one guy on this shipper receiver here. What he's doing is he's pulling, because they have a problem with organization or something of loads. They got drop trailers, and they can't keep up with the drop trailers they got. And so what they do is all the people that are sitting here getting live loaded, they pull the people loading off them, and if they don't have like a deduction for sitting too long, if they can charge the company, there's carriers that charge the company detention pay if they've been sitting there over 2 hours. Well, anyway, you get an appointment time, and then you're not even tended to on your appointment time. They might load or unload one pallet on you within an hour or 2 hours after you hit the dock door, and then they'll pull them off, and they'll be loading these drop trailers because they got detention pay on the drop trailers. And so I'm stuck every day waiting on them to load other trailers to come back and load mine. Instead of just having appointment times for drop trailers different than live load. Wouldn't that be nice if a live load people came in here and they got loaded at different times other than drop trailers? That's what they need to do, because they're pulling on. I'm sitting here, I got my heartbeat sitting here, and I've counted. It used to be, over in a year's time, if you count 24-hour period, if you count all the time I sit here, I was sitting here just to get loaded for 1 month. If you bundle all the time together for so like a 24-hour day. Now, if you consider it, but now that they've almost doubled their loading time, because they're getting brazen with this company that I drive for, and so now they've almost doubled the loading time. So now it's going to be almost up to 2 months of sitting time just to get loaded at this place, a year. And I don't sit here for 2 months, but you accumulate the hours sat, and then I added that up, and for, put it at 24 hours, and for, if it's a 24-hour, I put all the time together for 24 hours, it's a month. If I put it in 8-hour shifts, it'd be like 3 months, or 2 or 3 months. So I'll be happy if before I die, which it seems like, I remember I was a kid and they was waiting for the hours of service to be bumped up from 10 hours, and they finally bumped it up to 11, but they added 2 sleep hours. Now, why didn't they just bump it up to 12 hours and 2 sleep hours? That don't make no sense. Why they went up to 11 hours? They should have bumped it up to like 12 hours. If they're going 10 hours off, put 12 hours on. With the 2-hour overtime take you into 14. And so anyway, or I guess you get 14 anyway. What I'm saying is like driving time. You get a bumped up driving time if you have like once a week. That's if you're local. I'm just saying, how long does it take for this FMCS, whoever it is, DOT, I don't know who it is that passes this stuff, to get this stuff into action. But I'll tell you what, if they needed a pay raise, I'll guarantee you within a month they got a pay raise. If they got a law that they want to pass against us to restrict us in some way, that thing is out within a couple weeks or a month. But as far as taking years or decades to pass something for us, I'd call this tyranny. That's what I'd call it. I'm freaking tired.